Salut! I'm Sumo from FrenchArena. Language evolves to keep up with times, and if you do not know or understand French text slang terms by now, you need to watch this video. On commence! Let's say a friend is coming for dinner and he texts you this message. It may look like he's sending you his car registration number, right? But if you knew how to text, once you pronounce it, can you guess what he's saying? He's bringing the wine. That's literally it. J'ai acheté du vin. That's all he's saying. What do you text back? Just text M for merci. Or another friend might text you this. This has absolutely nothing to do with sextuplets being born. Can you guess what she's asking? If you got it right, great. If not, she just wants to know if you'd like to go to the cinema this weekend. I know. The texting world is crazy. What could you text back? You could text back bien sûr or ne sais pas. You could text back bien sûr, which is bien sûr, or n'est-ce ne sais pas, if you're not sure of your schedule. As you continue your French language journey, you would undoubtedly find yourself confronted with the reality of French texting, whether you're trying to send a message or decipher a message that you just received. But do not worry, you have me here, because learning to navigate the world of text messages doesn't have to be challenging. You just need to memorize a few key abbreviations to be able to text properly. You probably know about LOL, LMAO, ROFL in your language, right? In today's lesson, I am going to take you through 40 French abbreviations of French text slangs that you'll come across in writing, whether a quick email or text message, an address, or an academic text. Let's get started. Number 1, NDR, mort de rire, which is what? LOL. I just literally said it. It means laughing out loud. Of course, in French, it just means dying of laughter, but it's the same way as in English where I just say LOL, laughing out loud, LMAO, laughing my ass off, rolling on the floor, just you're dying of laughter. Number 2, BGR, which means what? Bonjour. This is probably one of the first words you learn in French. I mean, they teach you bonjour, je m'appelle, comment ça va, merci, bonne journée. And so you already know that it means hello or good day. But if you use the above abbreviation BGR, it just means hi, which is fine for you. Its English equivalent will probably be closer to the shortened hi. So how in English you just say hi instead of actually saying good morning or hello or good day, we just say hi. It's the same way as you can just type BGR. Let's look at number 3. Quelqu'un, and this means what? Quelqu'un, and in English it just means someone. Instead of having to type quelqu'un est ici, you can literally just put quelqu'un, and then I'll teach you another way which you can say ici very soon. So instead of literally typing quelqu'un est ici, you can just put quelqu'un est ici. Let's look at the next one. The next one, QQC, and this just means quelque chose, and in English that just means something. So you don't have to always type I'm going out to buy something. You can just type QQC. Next one, tété, and this means tu, and it just means in English all or everyone. Next one, MR6, and this just means what? Merci, which is thank you. I know when you first look at it, you might be thinking, okay, why is Sumo writing Mr. 6? It just means thank you, because sometimes in French text slangs, you actually use numbers as well. The next one, DSL, and this just means désolé, which is sorry. This is a great abbreviation to remember because you definitely find yourself using this a lot when you're making mistakes with French text slangs for the very first time. So you're going to be typing DSL because I'm so sorry, I'm learning, I'm so sorry, I'm learning. Next one, à plus, and this means à plus tard. Now please be careful, A+ does not carry the same meaning as it does in English. You probably look at it and think it means top notch, like you know how in school we give somebody an A*. It's not the same, it just simply means see you later. So it's the short form for see you later in French. So if you ever see this A+, it's not trying to say somewhere is perfect or someone is top notch or the person is amazing. It just means see you later. Let's look at the next one. The next one, à demain, which means à demain. Exactly. So you see, if you read it out, you probably get it immediately. I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, Sumo, this looks like a super spy code. It's not. It just means see you tomorrow. Next one, CDLT, which just means cordialement. And in English, it can mean sincerely or best or regards. This is a typical way to end a moderately formal or professional letter, as well as a friendly but polite text message or email, and is extremely common to use. Number 11, PK, and this means what? Pourquoi. This one might be just a bit tougher to understand because even by saying peka, you can't really understand what that means. So when you pronounce it, you're not really able to find its meaning immediately. But basically, peka just stands for why in French. Let's look at number 12. Je t'aime, and this means what? Je t'aime. That means I love you. Or it can also mean I'm in love with you or I like you. Now, since French is a language of love, this is probably the best abbreviation to have at hand. Let's look at the next one. The next one, c'est un blague, which is c'est une blague. And if you actually read it out, you will immediately guess what it means. But if not, it just means JK in English, like joke. It's a joke. Or maybe just kidding. Okay, so you know in English we say JK like, did you finish all the milk? Yes, I did. JK, I'm joking. Or are you there yet? JK, you can just type JK. So it just means just kidding. It's a joke. The next one, I am Masha, and this just means à mon humble avis. Now in English, you can see this as IMHO, which is in my honest opinion. It's the exact same way in French. It's in my humble opinion. So in my honest opinion, it's the same way. Number 15, beaucoup. Like even when I read it out, I just immediately get it, and it just means a lot in French, and it's such a long term, like beaucoup. It's useful for so many phrases. So for example, I could type je t'aime beaucoup. What does that mean? Je t'aime beaucoup. See, you're already texting like a pro. Number 16, si ce n'est, which just means what? Ciné. If you remember in the paragraph I gave in the beginning, I used this for cinema. And so if you're planning on messaging your friends or any family member or even colleagues to see if they're up for a movie, this is definitely the text you want to use. If you pronounce it, you realize it reads as ciné, which is short for cinema. The next one, STP, which means what? S'il te plaît. Or even SVP, which means s'il vous plaît. This just means please. So it's a shortened term in English, how we have PLS, please. It's the exact same way. So instead of typing out s'il te plaît ou s'il vous plaît, we just put SVP or STP. The next one, CAD, and this just means c'est-à-dire. In English, this means that is. So how we have in English IE, so I.E, exactly the same way as that is. So if you're trying to explain to someone, keep going straight and turn right. That is, once you get to the corner, you make a right. Do you see? So that is. So you want to use this when you want to list or enumerate some points. But please be careful, because I know that I've heard a student of mine think I meant like CAD, Canadian dollars. Definitely, it also is CAD, but this is not for French because, yeah, it's totally different. Okay, let's look at the next one. The next one, CPG, which means what? C'est pas grave. And this literally just means it's no big deal, not a problem. So in English, we might probably write no P. Do we write NP? I don't know. I write no P, but I only use this when I'm upset with something, like no P, man, you wasted my time. But any which way, what it just means is no P, not a problem. The next one, décupé, and this is dès que possible. And this just means as soon as possible. In English, we would say ASAP, but in French, it's just décupé. How soon can you get here? Décupé. How soon can you buy me milk? I don't know why I keep talking about milk, but décupé. How soon can we travel? Décupé. I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far. Please don't forget to give this channel a like, share with anyone else who wants to completely transform their texting in French, and definitely like this video. Let's take a look at number 21. Q2N, quoi de neuf? This just means what's new, so what's poppin'? What's new with you? And I can reply to the previous one by saying MWA, which means moi. Yeah, me. Moi is me. Number 23, nan, which just means non, which means no. I think I would actually just prefer typing NON or just NO, but yeah, you can type it if you want. Please know that this is not the Indian bread naan, which is yummy by the way. It's not the same spelling. This is just NAN. Let's take a look at number 24. OSC, which just means aussi, which means tu. It can also mean also. JL, accent aigu, and this just means, so accent aigu is what's on top of it. And what do you say? It just means je l'ai, and that means I have it. Please be careful of this. If you just put JLE, why I specified the accent is if you put the wrong accent, it doesn't mean I have it. And if you don't put any accent, it definitely doesn't mean I have it. So you have to be careful with using the right accent on the E specifically. The next one, je t'adore, which just means je t'adore, and that means I adore you. Number 27, qui, or qui, and this just means who. I don't know why this was even shortened because it's already short as it is, but anyways, you can use this. It means who. 28, un de ces quatre, un de ces quatre. So literally, if you even read it out, you can pick it out word for word and you see that this means see you one of these days. Okay, so A1, 2, C4. See you one of these days. The next one, DDD, which just means demande de discussion. And this is a request for discussion, or we need to talk. So we need to talk ASAP. DDD, d'équiper. We need to talk ASAP. The next one, viens, which just means viens. And simple, come. So instead of just typing VIENS, you just type viens. The next one, je re, and this just means je reviens tout de suite. Imagine you're chatting with a friend and you hear the doorbell ring. You can just type je re, and the person understands that you just mean be right back. The next one, j'espère bien, and this just means j'espère bien. So in English, this means I hope so. So remember the friend you were chatting with not long ago that you typed je re, and the friend would definitely respond j'espère bien. Next one, suis, and this just means je suis, which means I am. Suis sumo, I am sumo. And someone could respond je sais, which just means je sais, which means I know. So yay, thank you, you know who I am. Next one, j'y go, which means je dois partir. In English, we can just say GTG or got to go. So you're chatting with someone in English, you would just type GTG, got to go. Your boss just came, got to go, your mom's calling you. So it's the same in French, we'll just text j'y go. Next one, qu'est-ce que, which means what? Qu'est-ce que c'est? So instead of typing that long word, you can just type qu'est-ce que, and this just means what is it? Next one, BZ, which just means bise or bisou, which is kisses, kisses, bisou, bisou. The next one, j'ai une idée de cadeau, and this means j'ai une idée de cadeau. So do you see that even when you read it, if you pronounce it, you actually say, oh, this is right, j'ai une idée de cadeau. Makes sense. And what does this mean? This just means I have a great idea. Next one, frère, which just means frère, and that means brother. And the final one, BSR, which means bonsoir, and that just means good evening. There you have it, 40 French text slangs. While many people might think that these French text slangs are actually spoiling the language or you're not able to learn proper grammar, those who use this argue that modern online conversation requires fast, hurry typing, and it serves them, it serves their purpose. Hopefully, this video will help you to converse and understand French chats. Now, if you're someone who wants to learn much more about the French culture, watch my next video up here where I cover different French proverbs. This video will definitely help you learn more about the French proverbs and know when to use them while speaking or while writing. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with anyone else who wants to learn French text slangs. So I see you in the next lesson on French proverbs. Bonne journée!